I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, September the 26th. And up there in the Northern Plains, some of these Iowa and Nebraska independent feeders are getting nervous already. It was only Tuesday, we're working into Wednesday here. We've just been seeing Friday trades almost exclusively here for the last couple of months, but already getting nervous because the board was down some on Monday, mostly due to the cattle on feed report, but they're giving up pretty early in the week here already, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the fat cattle trade. But let's look at the board on Tuesday. October live cattle futures up 17 cents to end the day at 112.35. December up 20 at 117.20. October feeder cattle up 17 cents. Seemed like everything was up 17 cents, but October feeder cattle sure were, and it ended at 156.47. September up 17 cents also at 156.62. Now your fat cattle trade, and we have seen some, about 9,500 head just on Tuesday morning, and I heard rumors of some more strings of fat selling later on in the day. So the problem is they're settling for a little bit less money, albeit just a pinch, but still makes it tough for everybody else. There's no basis that's drawing them in, actually losing a couple of bucks on the basis when they sell out. The only thing I can really figure is it's guys that are busy with harvest and they just don't have time to fool with it. And they see a chance earlier in the week, they can go ahead and get sold what they need to get sold. They don't have to fret about it anymore, don't have to be around the phone the rest of the week and struggle through that trading process, because I've told you guys 1,000 times there's nothing that farmers would rather do than farm. And you talk about getting excited about getting these combines out there and seeing what their crop's going to make, even though it's not making any money, and most of it they're going to have to find some value, either feeding some cattle with or doing something, but no place to put it. All the on-farm storage is full, a lot of your elevator storage is full. Guys are going to be stacking it up on the ground, and that's awful wasteful there. But anyways, Iowa sold about 5,500 head early on Tuesday at 110.5 and 173 to 175, and a lot of 174 in there, and the weighted average on most of those was right around 174. So that's a buck lower dressed, and sure 50 cents to a dollar lower on a live basis, mostly just 50 cents. We didn't see a whole lot, 11.50. But in Nebraska, doing the same thing, 3,900 head there, all at 110.50. And I got a sneaking suspicion there was more trade like that later in the day that we'll find out here on Wednesday and see how much of it was. That's going to go a long ways to setting the market. Going to be tough even on the Southern Plains guys to squeeze any more out of there, and it's going to be hard for them just to try to hold the Packers' feet to the fire to give them 11 again and keep this market steady. Box beef cutout values a little bit weaker on Tuesday. Late in the day, your choice cuts at 205.73, down 43 cents. Your selects at 194.87, down 52, and that choice select spread is growing almost $11 now. Your slaughter's going good so far for this week. I know this week's early, but through Tuesday, 239,000. That's 5,000 more than the same time last week, and 3,000 more than the same week a year ago. Let's talk about something a whole lot more fun, your feeder cattle trade. I got several quotes I want to give you. I know it's just Tuesday, but a lot of good quotes to give you. Real-time index on Beef Market Central late in the day on Tuesday sitting at 154.81. That was up 8 cents. So most of your trade showing good steady market there, and got some sales that are getting I don't know about a premium, but sure pushing the market to its full extent. But OKC West and El Reno, a lighter calf run, and like we said, in that area has had a lot of rain last weekend. It's probably still pretty damp around. 2,000 head there for the calf sale on Tuesday. They'll have a lot of good yearlings here on Wednesday, but calves sold mostly steady, so that's good. West Plains, Missouri, Ozarks Regional Stockyard, 3,700 head. They have runs like that year-round, guys. If you don't know where it's at it would be east of Springfield and back west of the Boot Hill, but right there in extreme south central Missouri. They have a lot of good Arkansas cattle in there. That they have runs like that year-round, 3,000-4,000 head. If they have less than 3,000 or sure less than 2,500, that's a light run, but that's in the rocks, and they just keep moving cattle all the time through there. Sell a lot of cows through there too. But yearling steers on Tuesday in West Plains, $3 to $6 higher. Calves were kind of uneven, but my good friend Dan Hill, that reports that market there, he told me about these, and then I found them on Cattle Market Central. But 162 head of mixed steers come from the Gardners in Batesville, Arkansas. 162 of them now, right through the ring, 939 pounds. They had average flesh and a good way up. They bring 146.75. That's a pretty good quote in south central Missouri, just a stone's throw from Arkansas there. Let's go way up in the northern plains. Imperial, Nebraska, 144 head of steers there, weighed 766 and $170 even. Heard from Kurt Sporleader, Unionville, Missouri. Now that's extreme north central Missouri, so that's the opposite end of the state from West Plains, but way up there, and that's a stone's throw from Iowa. But he had a big string of cattle in there, 120 steers. They sorted them up in 2 loads. One load weighed 844 pounds at $160. The other load weighed just 8 pounds less, or I guess it's more than that, it'd be 12 pounds less. 832 pounds at $161.35. Now, Welch Stockyards, it's the first time we've ever quoted them, first time they showed up on Cattle Market Central. Glad to have them. If I'm not talking about your market, guys, get a hold of us here. Get a hold of me. Not that hard to get a hold of and find you. We want to report all the viable markets out there we can get to. Welch Stockyards, Welch, Oklahoma, had a good sale on Tuesday. 65 head of steers there, weighed 780 pounds, $157.50. That's your feeder flash for Wednesday.